Very
Thanks,
good.
Doug.
Well, hello and welcome to yet another edition of Sydney Show Withdrawal. We've seen so many different aspects of this show. We've also seen many different places with Lindsay Douglas driving around the country. Hello, Lindsay.
Hello, I'm just trying to get glued again, I'm sorry. But we do have two great guests here today. We wanted to make sure that we covered lots of different sections of the show, and we've spoken to people from the cattle committee, from the horse section, and today we're focusing on sheep. So we've got a competitor of many years with us, Drew Chapman, and a steward and counsellor of that section, Yvette McKenzie. Welcome to the program.
Hi,
Welcome.
how are you going?
Hi.
Drew, take us back to your first ever show. How old were you, and what's happened between then and today?
Oh, my first Sydney show was when I was 4, so that was in 1967. We used to go up with my parents. I grew up in Victoria, and we used to go up in our school holidays each year to the Sydney show. And that was one of our highlights, I suppose, as a kid, to be able to see the lineups of the sheep. And always wanted to have a go at a showing in Sydney. And these days now, I'm president of New South Wales Sheep Breeders and a very regular exhibitor in Sydney.
Drew, tell me, is there one person that when you think of them, they're the epitome of Sydney Show? Is there someone that just rings that bell all the time that name relates to Sydney Show?
I guess in the merino world, it'd be Wally Merriman. The Merrivale family have been showing in Sydney for 3 generations, and our group prize of the Stonehaven Cup, they've won nearly 30 times, and they just live to exhibit every year at Sydney. That's sort of their pinnacle. And I guess all of us as breeders aspire to have that level of success over a sustained period of time.
Yvette, what's your story? Where did it all begin?
Oh, my story started back in 2006 when I was actually a Rule Achiever. So that was my first time at Sydney. I couldn't make it to Sydney any other year because we were always lambing over Easter. So being chosen to be a Rule Achiever is where it started for me, and it's been going ever since.
Yvette, Sydney Showground is such a special place for all of us, and it feels wrong that we're not there this year. Is there a place on the showground that you just feel is your spot, this place that you feel most comfortable in?
Look, I've got to say it has to be the sheep shed. I just feel like it's a big family inside that room, and you have the sheep in there, you have all the exhibitors, which I sort of class as my second family and have ever since really in 2006. And it's sort of, I suppose it's the smell of going back home again. So you always feel like you're at home.
It does smell, it has a particular smell to it. I even think it has a particular climate, the Sydney Royal Easter Show. It's almost just as we tip into autumn, and it's got a real chill about it, but beautiful sunshine, and we always get a bit of rain too. And so many great memories are made at Sydney Royal. And Drew, I know one of the big memories for you was a milestone moment where a ram of yours achieved something that a ram of that ilk had not done so before. Tell us about that.
Yeah, look, in 2015, we had a ram called Mercenary, and he was the first ever pole ram to win Supreme at Sydney Royal. We'd gone for well over 100 years and there'd never been one. So to be able to achieve something that nobody else had ever done with a history that long is pretty special. And he also won the objective measurement class in the same year. So we'll always cherish that.
Just to jump in before Tim asks this question here, I did want to know what the commercial implications are of winning Supreme Champion at Sydney Royal.
Well, for us, it was amazing. Mercenary went on to be used by 54 other studs. We sold over 6,000 doses of semen. His sons have sold to 30,000 in South Australia, 23,000 in Western Australia. They've won champions in New Zealand. He's been used as a sire in the Lifetime U project across Australia, and it was really life-changing for us in lots of ways.
Drew, is it a family affair for you? And obviously, you and I don't know each other personally, so is it a big family affair to go to the show?
Yes, it very much is. I said my wife was an American. She come out here as was studying veterinary science in America and met me and got involved in the sheep world. And she actually got second in the state junior judging in Sydney. And then my two daughters have both been state finalists in New South Wales. And also my mother's well in her 80s. So we're very much a family that have got a long tradition. I'm fourth generation breeder, but it's very much all of us when Sydney's on, we're all there as a family. And as the vet mentioned, the extended family is even greater than that because all our other sheepy mates from all out throughout the state. We show all day as competitors, but then we party pretty well as mates every evening. So it's a wonderful event.
As much competition as there is in the day, there's socialising to the same extent at night, I think. But Yvette, you're quite a young counsellor on the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. You're shaping the future of what that organisation is and does. I've seen you bring a lot of young stewards into the sheep section of the show. You're also very involved with the youth programs. What are you hoping to achieve in your role as a counsellor?
Oh, wow. You'd like to achieve a lot in 25 years if you're there the 25 years. But I like to just watch the young ones go through and achieve in every facet they want to. There's people that have been from the city that have enjoyed the country, and you just want to drag them in and join the party, I suppose. And I think if I got as many rural achievers and showgirls to keep coming back to the show year after year, that would be one of my big achievements as a counsellor.
Yvette, I know when I did my Rural Achiever program back in 2011, I actually very hungover held a sheep for junior judging competition, and it was a tough day that day, let me tell you. But it is so important, isn't it, for the next generation, whether it be competitors, but also the young judging competition that sadly we're missing out on in 2020 without the show running. There's a lot of finals.
That's exactly right, Tim. There is a lot of finals, and I hope this actually puts more fire in people's bellies by having a year off, by saying, you know what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it the one that I missed out on. And just keep hoping. And I mean, I know what it's like, Tim, that Rural Achiever hangover. It seemed like it went on for 9 days. I remember it very well. That's how I can laugh with you about it. But getting anyone and everyone from those programs back in, and I think, just as I said, a year missed may not be missed. We may have double the number next year. Who knows?
That's a spirit. Finish this sentence, please. The 2021 Sydney Royal Show will not be a show without
family.
And Doug?
Drew?
Mates.
Love it. Good, simple answers. And the dirty Sydney Royal Show food that is your secret habit of the show, what is it?
Mine, I hate to say it, but the cheese toastie. It seems to be the food of thought, and it's sometimes that good old hangover problem solved, and just having that good old cheese toastie.
Drew, what's yours?
Oh, yeah, probably a bit left field. There's strawberries and ice cream just at the end of the sheep shed are pretty good. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I mean, the sheep section of Sydney Royal is a world unto its own. It's been so great to chat to a very successful competitor in you, Drew, and an absolute champion of the stewarding section and a champion of youth affairs in the agricultural show movement as well. Thank you both so much for your time. We're losing sunlight here, so we appreciate you taking out time when you should be having your dinner with your family. And we look forward to seeing you at the Real Show in 2021.
Look forward to it, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.